So I want to talk about why everyone, and I mean everyone, whether you're already a business owner, an entrepreneur, you already do side hustles, maybe you're doing turos, Airbnbs, it doesn't matter. Everyone should get into mobile home investing, and I'm going to break it down why it is so easy, why it's such a low entry, low risk, such high reward, and such a lucrative business. Hello, everyone. Jose J. Garcia, real estate investor, coach, and mentor. Look, I started doing this business over 8 years ago with one single mobile home, two bedroom, two bath, junker, to say the least. Okay, junker meaning it was a fixer upper, it was run down, it had been vacant, it had been abandoned, you name it. Everything ugly associated, it was there. But it was an opportunity for me to get into the real estate world at a much lower entry, at a much lower risk. You're going to hear about with such higher ROI, return on my investments. Since then, we've scaled. Over 8 years later now, we have numerous hundreds of mobile homes inside of 8 different states. We're growing, we are scaling. Our goals is many, many more to come, thousands in the making. So we implemented many strategies and you grow. This is the beautiful thing about this industry. Okay, you keep implementing, you keep educating yourself, and you keep learning. So I want to talk about why everyone should get into mobile home investing. And I got a tip for y'all at the end of this video as well as to how you can get into it even easier. Avoid the nose. I got you. All right. So, think about real estate. I call mobile home investing the hidden side to real estate that most entrepreneurs, businessmen, women, real estate gurus, etc., are not aware of. And I will say mobile homes have a stigma. Yeah, mobile homes, trailer parks, 8 Mile, M&N, the list goes on. Hey, I'm okay with the above. It doesn't matter to me. When you see a mobile home, you need to be seeing opportunities. What can I do with this mobile home? What strategies can I implement? What can I get into it for? And most importantly, what can I get out of it when I'm done? Okay. Those are the opportunities that you should be seeing with every mobile homes. And for those of you wondering, is there specific states, cities, counties, maybe some you can do this, some you cannot? Across the board. There's mobile homes across the board. So I want to step up one more level and let's look at mobile homes this way. Don't look at a mobile home as a manufactured housing, which is not. Don't look at it as a trailer. Nobody calls those anymore. Okay. Look at those as opportunities, but more so a solution. So here's what the solution is. When I look at a mobile home, I see affordability housing for someone to live in. And that's the question you need to ask. The question should not be, is there a need for mobile homes in every state? No, the right question is there a need for affordability housing in every state? And the answer is yes, 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 and it's growing. Look, rents are at a sky high. Interest rates are sky high. Everything is going up. Everything, material, plumbing, tools, everything continues to skyrocket, and we know what's coming. Okay, and at the end of the day, it's less people are able to afford real estate. Less people are able to afford the rentals. If you look at some of these markets, let's take Atlanta, Georgia, for instance. You look up a one bedroom, one bath downtown Atlanta, you're paying over $2,000. They said is there, it's being done. It is there and it is being done, but there's less people that are able to do it. Think about who is going to live in that apartment. They can pay that. What type of job do they have? What type of job style? What type of lifestyle they have? All these things are going to start decreasing the moment those rents are going up. I am a true believer that rents will go up, if not double, close to double within the next 3 to 5 years. Take note when this video is made, and I assure you, rents will double up. Interest will continue to sky high. There's less people that are getting financing. Banks are denying more people. And again, we are the problem solvers because we're the last of affordability housing with mobile homes. That alone should get you in, right? But let's carry on. Now, when I say less risk, less entry, well, any investment that you get into for a lot less money into, what's less risk? So that's a given. The more money I put up front, the more higher the risk it is. Now, we don't take that in association where we can't be doing it because you never want to eliminate the risk or you eliminate the reward. So keep that in mind. But I want to put these in a seesaw and see that my risk is not higher than my return. In mobile homes, we get into some of these for as little as no money down. They hear this all this time from the YouTube gurus, TikTok reels, etc. Get into this business with no money down. Break it down for me. I want to see a thorough breakdown and show me exactly what it is that you're doing, that you're getting into this for zero money. And if so, for how long? right? It doesn't work that way. It's easier said than done. When it comes to the mobile homes, we are a problem solver, not just for people who can't afford housing, who are less fortunate, who need affordability housing, but also for the communities. I'm talking about mobile home parks. Now we're seeing it from the other side of the business. When I come into communities, I'm able to solve a problem there. I'm able to solve a problem on the other end, and I'm able to solve my problem, which is I need more ROI. Problem solved. Win, win, win. When you come into some of these communities with us, with our pitch, with our credibility, with our sources, you are coming in to solve problems. And for most of these mobile home park owners who have numerous mobile homes that are sitting there, have been vacant for years, that's a problem. And if you have the knowledge, you have the education, the credibility, you have asked us to back you up, you can come into these communities and say, hey, I'm willing to take these three or these five or this one mobile home that you have. I can't pay anything for it because it's run down. It's been vacant for 2 years, but I can take it, bring it back up to a livable, beautiful condition, put it on the market, get you an on-time paying lot rent tenant, and that's a problem solved. Now, right there, if you say that pitch exactly like it is, you are winning and golden already. So that's the way that works. That is a real blueprint as to how I can get into communities and get a mobile home for little to no money down. That's how it works. Now you're thinking, well, I have a day job, a 9 to 5. I got to take off Saturdays. I got to sleep in on Sundays. Okay. Hey, I can't make you work any more than you want to work. That's on you. But I will say this, if you invest in mobile homes, you can create a side business. You can create an additional source of passive income. And you can, like myself, I've been there, I've done that, replace my salary. This is called reverse engineering now. You understand? So you take on one mobile home, and we're going to go over some of these numbers. I'm going to use a very simple Excel to kind of toss some numbers and show you what the potentials are. Potentials that you can create. I've created them. I've been there. I've done that. What I coach and mentor is only what I do. FYI. Okay. But let's talk about a little bit more before we get into that. I was looking at some of the articles into some of these articles that are talking about real estate, that everything that's coming, and I know they're building more housing. There's more apartments. I mean, some of these areas east of Atlanta where I'm more knowledgeable in, there's apartments, apartments, apartments. Do you know what excess apartments, excess housing does to the market? I think a lot of people forgot '08. A lot of people forgot the stock market when it crashed back in '08 and the depression and the scarcity that it caused. I think we've been too far from that at this point, and it's time to reel it back in and realize you got to get into this game, and you got to get into something that creates passive income before it's too late or before something happens. Get ahead of the game by having a plan and getting into. Don't wait, don't sit. It's time. The best time to get into this was yesterday. The next best time is today. But it starts with you and taking action. Let me look at some of these. So look, let's do this. I want to go ahead and toss the Excel again. Very simple. I keep things simple because they work. And I want to show you some of the numbers, some of the projections that can happen. Now, I talked about zero money into it. That is very, very well possible. Some of the things that I can coach you on as well is wholesaling, double wholesale. As a wholesaler, you're nothing more than a bridge. Think about yourself, that you're a bridge being paid for your time. What that means is that you have control over a mobile home that you might have found on social media, out driving for dollars. If you don't know what that expression means, it simply means you're out driving around looking for deals. That's okay. That's old fashioned, but I like it. Hustle. You find that deal, you put it under an agreement, and you're able to find a buyer that you're going to assign it. That's why it's called a signable contract to a wholesale. And something like that does require no money, which is why a lot of people begin with it, because you're simply the middleman. Nothing, no harm in that. That's another avenue. Just toss this stuff at you here. So, all right, let's say I get into a mobile home, MH, that's what it stands for zero money down. Okay, we're off to a great start. That's phenomenal. Now, every community where we do business in has what's called a lot rent, L-O-T, rent. And what that means is that where that mobile home sits inside of the community, there's a fee. Look at it almost like a giant parking lot where there's going to be a fee charged for you to park your mobile home. I'm going to use average number, okay? Lot rent, we're going to say is 400. Now, one thing you'll learn is that includes some things. Sometimes it doesn't. We're going to keep it simple for now and just do numbers. So We're at zero for the mobile home and lot rent 400. Now, obviously, while you get into the mobile home, let's say you're rehabbing it, you're putting it on the market, there's a holding cost. Those are things that you're going to have to keep in mind as the moment you buy the mobile home to the moment you sell it, there's going to be a holding cost that you have to obviously add the numbers in. Okay. But we're not talking about all those right now. We're talking about opportunities and potentials. Potentials. So the lot rent in the community is $400. Now, the rental rate, the lot rent and the rental rates are two different things. Lot rent is what I pay the community. Rental rates, it's what's in the area, the markets. This is where you can go to Zillow, Trulia, FMLS, apartments.com, rent readies, all those, and do some comparables. Comparables meaning you're simply going to look and see what the rental rates are going in the area for a 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms and 2 bath, 3 bedrooms and 1 bath, whatever, and you compare accordingly. Okay, so the rental rates, let's say this mobile home that I'm getting here is a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, perfect ones, by the way, 2 bath. All right, square footage doesn't matter, works a little bit differently in mobile homes. We'll talk about that in another coaching video. But the rental rate in this community, in this market, for a 3 bedroom, 2 bath is, where's my dollar sign? There we go. $1,000. You understand? $1,000, which means that once this goes on the market and I'm renting it, it's passive income, renting it, I am going to have a profit of $600. Now, what all you have into the mobile home for the rehab, the holding, etc., we can cover that in another video. Again, potentials and profits and opportunities here. So lot rent is $400, which is going to be deducted from the rent that you collect every month at $1,000. And I assure you, that's low numbers, by the way. You're going to collect a profit of $600. With $600 a month, make a difference for you. That's an extra car payment. That's some extra groceries. That's some utilities. That's some Wi-Fi. Mine is a little slow, so I may need to double up. Okay. $600 a month. Now that's on one mobile home. One mobile home itself overall, if you follow our blueprint, you follow our numbers and all the breakdowns that we do, you should not be over $10,000. I'm going to repeat that. Okay. Because you can't do this in real estate. Now, I'm not here to bash, beat, or tear down real estate. I think every investment is great. I simply love the one that gives me the most ROI, return on my investments with the less entry in. Okay, less risk. Remember that. Key points. So $10,000 most you're into, okay, if you do the strategy. You're going to wholesale. We'll talk about that on another video. But that one mobile home for $10,000, okay, I'm going to put that on here for numbers. All into the home at $10K. What if you were to go get a house? I want to do this exact same quarter performer you're doing here, Jay. I want to do this, but I want to use a house because I'm all about that real estate. Stick built. Mama told me not to buy manufactured housing. Well, we may need to coach your mom too. It's okay. To get into a house, you're going to be around, depends on the market. This varies and this is broad. Okay. But let's say you get into the house for $100,000. You made a heck of a deal for a stick-built house. Now, granted, the stick-built house is probably going to get you a little bit more rent, okay? And you're going to be owning this, which means you're probably going to have a mortgage on it, etc. Let's say you get $1,500 a month. Not bad. $1,500 a month as a landlord for a house. That's okay. I'm going to lower this down here for a second. Copy and go down here. All right. So we are going to double that. In fact, we're going to use the house as an example. So while you, Mr. Investor, only invest in houses, which again, no harm, no foul, is what it is, at 100,000 for one, you're going to get a total of 1,500. I'm going to need my calculator real quick. So instead of me doing a house, I'm going to say, well, you know what? 100,000 sounds cool to me too. I got 100K, or I can come up with 100K. Okay. How many mobile homes can I buy with 100K? Well, we just told you that all in. Now, this is not the mobile home. This is all in. This is the mobile home. This is the rehab. This is the labor. This is the material. This is the contract. This is the holding. This is the utilities. Overall, all exclusive. I'm into my investment that's collecting me $1,000 a month minus lot rent, $10,000. So I have my same 100K like my guy friend who likes real estate. That means I can do 10 of them. And those 10 are going to bring me $600 a month as well. So $600 a month times, I know I'm doing this backwards, times 10 mobile homes equals, so I'm gonna need my calculator real quick. All right, $600. 600 times 10 mobile homes equals 6K a month. Okay, 6K a month. Tell me this now. I asked the same question I did a few minutes ago. Would that make a difference for you? Would that replace your salary? Now, I'm not rushing you to eliminate, delete, terminate your salary. Keep the salary. You know, I would say keep your day job and your salary until it comes in or in front of your investments. If at any given point your salary, your day job is causing you to lose deals, to lose money, it's time for it to go. Until then, let's keep working. Okay, but 6,000 a month. I mean, that's a salary most Americans make. You understand? And that's monthly. $6,000 a month times 12 months equals 12 months equals 72K. I would say we replace most of Americans today. Salary, corporate, you name it. I was there. I know, and I assure you, I wasn't making 72,000. You understand? 72,000. It took me 10 mobile homes, each of which make me $600 a month. And look, that's a low number. That varies. In certain markets, we're charging 800, 900 or more. We also do Airbnb, Section 8s, veteran assistant housing, elderly housing. Hello, opportunities. It's here. It's endless. Okay. Now, again, not the bash. I'm going to keep saying that. But now, Mr. Real Estate Guy only invests in houses. Okay. The stick built because they don't fly away. I ain't never seen a mobile home fly away either. Okay. He on the other side is making $1,500 a month like a champ, or so he thinks. Chump. Okay. 1,500 times 12 months equals 18K. You want me to get into real estate with $100,000 to collect $1,500 a month, which generates, okay, 18K. That's not the count that anything goes wrong. I am a landlord at the end of the day, and the taxes and everything on a house are a lot more. And you want me to collect 18,000 when I can take that same $100,000 and put it over 10 mobile homes and collect 72K. You see where I'm going with that, right? And this is where reverse engineering happens for you as an investor, as an employee, salary, corporate, whatever. It's if I make 50K a year as a salary, that's what I was making before I quit, before I fired my job, 15K a month. That means that I would need $600 out of a month for a mobile home. Let's see what that is. 50K divided by, I think I'm doing this right. One of y'all correct me here. Okay. 600 times equals times 12. I will need 8 homes, really 7 homes. 7 homes would collect me right around 50K a year. So anything above that has now bypassed, surpassed. You understand? Has bypassed, surpassed your salary. And at this point, you got your salary and you got the side gig business that is creating the same thing and more. Now, let's up the stakes. Why quit there? Why stop? I don't like to settle, and neither should you. Eliminate this. I'm going to take that same method because here's the thing. How you can multiply real quick after number 1, 2, 3 is the fact that you have passive income coming. You understand? The first one you had to come out of pocket. You had to borrow. You had to use credit cards, and we can coach you on all the above. But now after 2 or 3 mobile homes, now you got 600 coming from each one. Let's say you have 3. 600 times 3 equals 1,800 a month. That's money that you can take and put to the next home. See, now you're rolling it over. And that's how you multiplication. You take the winnings, the profits from one, you spend none, and you put it in another one, and then another one, and then another one, and you keep rolling. And before you know it, now they're paying themselves off. I ain't even coming out of pocket. I got 10 of them that are about to buy me 2 more. And then I'm going to have 12 that are going to buy me 4 more. And then I got 20 that are going to buy me 10 more. It's a beautiful upscale that happens. So that's what I want to up the stakes. Instead of 10, I want to do the same numbers here, but I want to do it in multiplication. So now we're going to do 20 mobile homes times 600. Okay. Now this equals double. Easy numbers, right? Double numbers. Now, times 12K. So now you got 12K a month out of 20 mobile homes, cash flow, passive income, times 12 months equals, love it, explore, 12,000 times, 12,000 a month times 12 months equals 144K. I can tell you this, not bragging. I don't brag, okay? I make it justifiable because it can be done. If I can do it, anyone can do it. That's 144K. I assure you, you have just replaced more than 3 salaries right here along with that. And this is just mobile homes. Okay. Don't stop there. We have hundreds of mobile homes, and I'm just going to do this for pure example and nothing more. It takes time, but it can be done. It starts with one and you go on. Here we go. 500 mobile homes times. And let me remind you, rents go up. It is 600 now. It's going to be 650 in 2 months. New Year's, January, it's going to be 700. So you see how this is a very beautiful thing happening here. 500 mobile homes times 600 a month equals, okay? Yeah, I can't add numbers that high in my head. Times 600 equals 300,000 a month. You understand? You got 500 mobile homes collecting you $600 a month each. That's 300K a month times 12 months. It's a year. You can't reduce a year. A year's a year, right? February has less days. Years do not. So now you have 300K a month times 12 months equals, man, why do I invest in mobile homes? This is why. Easy, less risk, less entry, high rewards. These are not made up numbers. This is a beautiful thing. Now tell me, as a day job, hey, mobile home sounds cool and all, but I'm looking around the room and I like my business, my job here. Job just over broke. That's fine. Mr. Job, corporate guy, gal. Are you going to make 360, 300,000 a month this month at your job, or 3 million this year? Because you can do that and you can at time. You can't make time. Once the time goes, it's gone and bye-bye, right? You cannot do that. No day job pays for that. This is why you need to create passive income. It is so important. And we are at a pinnacle where it is most important now than it's ever been before. There's never been higher need and demand for affordability housing than there is today. And when you think about mobile homes and their security, again, don't think about it as a product, not even a service. Think about it as a solution. Will there be a need for affordability housing next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, it will. And in times of crisis, crash markets, market corrections, call them what you will, our business blows because everybody needs a roof over their head. Everybody needs a place to live. And I like to think that I'm providing America with affordability housing. And here it is. Okay. You're not going to collect $1,000 from a 1 bedroom, 1 bath in Atlanta, Central Georgia, anywhere. Everything is over 1,500 today. So when you're able to offer something for a K, this is a blessing the most. You created a what I call a triple win. You understand? A triple wins means now you are serving the community, meaning the market, providing affordability housing. You're providing an opportunity and a win for the community, the actual community where the home is at, and you're providing an opportunity for you as an investor to create a cash flow, and this continues to grow. Win, win, win. You understand? This is why I love mobile homes. They're simple. They're easy. Think about a mobile home as a personal property because it's what they are. We don't have delays with realtors, brokers, agents, attorneys, and the one got sick, one can't show up. And nothing against them. That's the way their business operates. I am what I call on a hustle, go and go. You understand? You put your foot on the gas pedal, and after a while, it's a little hard to take it off. And when you're thinking about these type of investments here, this is what you should be thinking of: growing, scaling. I'll slow down when I've made it. I ain't made it there yet. We have hundreds of mobile homes. I'm not done. And to many who speak to me directly, I'm just getting started. This is the way the business works. We have so many other things that we're working on at this time. We are growing, we are scaling. I work with everyday investors. If you're an investor, if you're an everyday person and wants to get into this, wants to learn this, reach out to us. We are here to help. I started with this the same way. I started in a classroom once upon a time, and that has scaled on to bigger, greater things, and it's been wonders. It's done great things for me. Reach out to us, j@garciamhe.com. Stay tuned. We do have our second book now coming out. Check out my first book, The Trailer Park King, How to Become a Mobile Home Millionaire. It's a #1 bestseller on Amazon, and we are working on our second and third book, 2 books at one time, because you got to multiply. You got to multiply. Once you do one thing, you got to double up, triple up. That's what we do. All right. Thank you all for watching.